What's up? Welcome to the Noids tutorial on how to add a resource and assign a villager a role to gather that resource. So first things first, we're going to create a new blueprint and we're going to inherit from the resource parent class. To do that, we're going to go into the Noids filter, world resource, and add one here. By the way, I had to re-record this like 3 times because apparently my computer doesn't want to record audio, and when you open a new window, the video screen capture doesn't want to capture what's in the new window. So yeah, once you've done that, we'll move on to the next step. Okay, open your BP egg blueprint and we're gonna spin around here and we're gonna update some of these values. If you look on the right in our class defaults, we're gonna have resource type. We're gonna change food forage to be egg. And before we do that, we have to do a couple things. Alright, so back in the editor, we're going to go into our resource type enumerator, which is essentially a list. And you're going to go to add enumerator, which will create a new slot, which you'll then just type in egg right there and make sure it matches the other spellings. Okay, quickly hop back into the egg blueprint, and if you can see, we're going to swap that top resource type to egg. We're going to add values for the amounts and the collection times. Okay, back in the editor, our next step is that we're going to go to the town hall. So find that in your Noids folder, buildings, and then go to town hall, and we're going to open that up. We're in the town hall blueprint, and now we want to add our egg to the list of resources that are in the blueprint. So we're going to copy and paste our or text component. We're going to rename it egg. And then we're going to change the text to say egg and just slide that bad boy down so it has its own little space. Back in the Unreal Editor, we're going to find... what are we looking for? Come on. What are you looking for? DT roles. We're looking for roles. So in the roles data table, you're going to add a new one by hitting the add button. You're then going to add the tool you want to be associated with that role, as well as the behavior tree, which in this case is collect resources. Afterwards, you will add a color. Back in our editor, we're going to want to find the game mode, which is in the Noids top level folder. Once we find that, we're going to double click it and it should open up. In our game mode, we're going to want to find the initial resources array, which is in set initial resources, or you could just find it on the left side. You're going to add an element to the array by pressing the plus button and then go in and select egg and type in an amount. I just went with 12 because that's a dozen. Follow that server set initial resource function into the top-down controller and you will see that we're setting an array in there as well. You're going to want to also add the element egg to that array so that they match up. Back in our top-down player controller, you're going to want to find 2 very important functions. The first of which is server add resources. So we're going to click on that. I already have it done here because the screen didn't record, so you're going to want to just find that egg pin, slide it on down, copy and paste the set resource index, and set that to 5 to match our resource array index. Once you have that done, you're going to want to do the same thing on remove resources. So server remove resources, we're going to go into the egg section, add another little set resource index of 5, and once you have that, that step is complete. Back in the editor, we're going to look for our town hall once again. It is in the buildings folder, and we want to head to this so we can set up actually displaying the proper resources. In the Town Hall blueprint, you're going to want to find the Update Resource Display event, and once you do that, it's very similar to what we've done already. You're going to want to find the egg pin. First, you'll copy and paste the section that has the OR, and we'll just drag the pin down from the egg into that to set that and make sure, oh yeah, and if you want to be able to do this, you can just double click. Anyway, so we're going to want to update the OR component and swap it with egg component, so that'll be next. Once we've done that, there's one more thing that you're going to want to do is plug that amount in, and actually there's another step. You're going to want to update where it says OR and make sure you type in egg, which will be next. Hey, we found it. There it is. Make sure you replace OR with egg, otherwise it'll just say OR. Add the little colon thingy and make sure you add a space at the end for nice formatting. Go ahead, hit play, and check your town hall resource display, and it should say 12 and egg, if you did that correctly, which I hope you did. Oh look, we're in the editor again. Go back to our egg resource, which we forgot to do a kind of important step, which was in world folder. We want to update the mesh of the egg resource, so when we put it in the map we can see it. In the BP egg blueprint, that's blueprint, go find your mesh. Here we have it set to a basket. You can set it to whatever you want. If you have an egg mesh, do it. But we're using this for an example, and make sure you raise it so it's above the ground, because otherwise you're going to have problems finding it. Look at that. Nice. Once more into the editor, simply grab your new egg basket blueprint, slap that bad boy into the map. Make sure it's above the ground, and we'll hit play to test it out. Okay, another important step. In the top-down player controller, in the input section, we're going to go in here, and where it says 5, we're going to copy and paste that to create the number 6, which you can assign there, and then you're going to wire it into there. Make sure you change that to egg, so that when you press the button 6, it'll assign the egg roll to your villager. Press play, we're in the map, looking at our villager, hit the number 6, and voila, our villager has been assigned the egg roll. That's a small joke there. Alright, I hope that helped you understand how to add resources and set up new roles for the Noids AI Villager Worker and Gatherer system. If you have any questions, you can always hop into my Discord. I'm glad to help. I hope you make some cool projects, and until then, peace!